July 4th, Duran Small. July 5th, Alton Sterling. July 6th, Philando Castile. July 7th, the Dallas police shooting. Every day laid a thick new layer of grief, fear, and frustration, each added upon the many other incidents that came before them. And after that Dallas shooting itself, resting on a legacy of far too many mass shootings and far too many senseless deaths, many of us felt deep sense of paralysis and despair, wanting to shut down, knowing that we cannot. John Crawford, Eric Gardner, Tamir Rice, but particularly to the white folks taking all of this in, don't habituate, don't get used to it. Corwin Carrington, Janisha Fonville, Akai Gurley, don't become accustomed to the next hashtag, the next memorial, the next video. Megan Hockaday, Maya Hall. It's easy to become immune. It's easy to want to ignore the pain. Hector Moran, Kendra James, Terrence Killam. But don't ignore it. Don't habituate. The scale of our crisis is even more daunting when we remember that deaths at the hands of the authorities have continued for years, decades, centuries. This is not a new phenomenon, just one that only recently was so easily captured and disseminated with technology. How many have been forgotten? How many hundreds have gone unnoticed, unprotected, unmemorialized? We have seen the videos and believed, but blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. And in reality, these recordings might not even make much difference. Too many times we've seen injustice served up fresh in the face of damning video evidence. And as long as there are systems in place to maintain the status quo, no amount of proof will sway the tide. And how many will it take? How many before we will connect the dots? How many until we expand our view from looking at a single drop of water to stepping back and seeing the entire ocean of institutionalized injustice that is before us? And even should the mountain of evidence grow to compel an arrest, a trial, a sentencing, it is a small comfort until we can effect the sort of change that will prevent these deaths from ever happening in the first place, because an indictment still leaves an empty seat at the table, and a conviction won't bring loved ones back. As we've experienced this flood of testimonies, we quickly want to become numb. We want to tune it out, to move on, and we habituate. We habituate to death. But we can't afford to do that. We cannot afford to turn our backs. As the body of Christ, we cannot afford to lose one more limb, one more essential member. Aaron Campbell, Tarika Wilson, Shem Walker, Timothy Russell. Don't let these names become meaningless. Instead, bear witness to the toll it takes on your soul. Yes, it's overwhelming. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it becomes too much to bear. Yes, we feel like we cannot take it anymore. That's the point.